Okay, so what I've got here is I got a couple pieces of galaxy stone. I've chopped some stuff off here before, and then I just toss to the side because it's this thing weighs like nothing, like practically nothing, and although it has some cool patterns, it's just so light. There's another piece here. This piece may be a little bit harder, but it didn't have not much going on the inside. And of course it comes in different colors, different textures. I've got some more over here, some bigger pieces, and yeah, it's got some like if you see this gray area in here, this seems to be a little bit harder than this chalkier stuff. But again, even this isn't real hard. It takes a beautiful polish. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just not very durable. So if you'd smack this, or if I drop this on the ground, it'd break in a bunch of pieces. So, but again, it looks pretty cool when it's cut and polished. So again, with many stones, you'd have to stabilize it, get it in something that's going to harden it up, coat it, basically, soak in right in the porous to make it hard enough to once you work this thing that it's not going to fall apart. I don't even think backing would help, because if you backed it, that would keep the whole piece intact. But if somebody were to hit it or bang it on something, it would just take a big chunk right out. So it definitely needs to be stabilized, but other than that, it's pretty neat. So I'm going to cut some of it up. I'll show you what it looks like cut. As a matter of fact, I can just take this right now and kind of give you an idea. Like I say, this it's like real dry and chalky, but when you polish it, and in this case just get it wet, it definitely pops. It brings out the color. So it's not a bad material, it just needs some work. Okay, so I started cutting up that galaxy stone, and it's a galaxy rhyolite. And if you're not familiar with rhyolites, when you go in the hardness, softness scale, rhyolite is pretty soft. So if you're going to make any kind of items with rhyolites, you're going to probably want to stabilize them, or just have them for a display piece, because they're not very durable. It's going to scratch easy, it's going to break easy, so you have to be real careful. But that being said, rhyolites have some really cool patterns. Just like any other stone, they can be really cool looking. So this rhyolite I'm working with, galaxy rhyolite or galaxy stone, has a just like it says, looks like miniature galaxies out in the space. So I had cut this stuff up. I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm still doing this one-handed. I haven't got my holder yet for this new phone, so I don't want it's smaller and it's slipperier, and I don't want to drop it. So I'm just going to do everything one-handed. So it's not going to be as good as photography as normal. I'm not saying I did a good job either way, but this is how it is. So here's the first piece, the end cut. Well, actually, the end cut was a bunch of little fragments. So, but now when this dries out, as you've seen in the stuff before this, it doesn't have this orange look to it, or maybe I got it wet, I don't know. But after you cut it, yeah, it looks pretty nice. So it's good orbicle patterns in there. There's something very strange going on in that one. There's the other side of that. But yeah, it's pretty neat stuff. Bummer it's real soft. They say you want to do anything with this, it's You got to throw it in the pressure pot. You know, use your Opticon or your some other kind of stabilizers, you know, to get this set up. So this was the that was that little orange piece, and this was that bigger one. This is that yellow variety, bigger orbs, cactus juice. That's what I'm thinking of. So, and again, it did, you know, as you cut it did fracture considerably into a bunch of little piles, but this seemed to be a little bit harder. You know, you get to this darker material and it seems a little bit harder than the other stuff. So but yeah, that is that's some pretty cool stuff. You can just hear how soft it is. If it's hard, it'll sound like dishes in your cupboard clanking. So this one, you got a lot of this gray orbs all over in there. Nice looking stuff. Now this one, you're really, water's going up my sleeve. Now this one's got a lot of, and I don't have a good light here either. Sorry about this bad lighting. Now that is really neat looking. So you see how this side, you know, on this side, you got a big spectrum of these different colored orbs. So they say if you're going to take a cab, this would be a good spot right here for a cab with all these cool looking different colored orbs in it. Maybe I'll do that. And here's another piece here. Again, it's got some cool looking orbs. A little red orb in there. Nice looking material. Now that right there, you could make a nice cab like right here, and it kind of almost looks like a moon going down on the horizon, or maybe a thousand moons going down on the horizon. Either way, that's pretty cool. And this was the end piece. Still, like I say, this big huge chunk here that I can change up, and I just ran out of room where I had it locked in the vise. And you can see it's even got a little some pink and red forming there, you know, but doesn't look like it goes too much further in, like we start losing this darker solid material, possibly. Turn this back around. So yeah, let me get this light off. Yeah, so it's pretty cool looking stuff. I like it. Probably potential to do a lot of different things with it, and you'd have to stabilize it. Like I say, if people aren't familiarized with stabilizing, you can do it several different ways. I do it in this. Let me see if I can turn around here. I got this pressure pot down here, and I use Opticon as my stabilizer, just because that's what I had on hand. But people have been telling me now, like, oh, you know, you got to use cactus juice. That's much better. So that's probably what I'll switch to, or maybe I'll give it a try anyhow. But I've had good results with Opticon. I know it works. It's pretty messy, so it takes a lot of getting used to, a lot of smell. So I will try to work some of this stuff and see if I have to stabilize it or not. But let's take a look at a piece, and we'll try to throw a cab out real quick. All right, so now this one I just kind of freeformed it, and then this one I put an oval And of course, like I say, this is the back side. This is going to be your front side. So I will trim these out and show you what they look like after I trim them out. Okay, there I got them roughed out. This is pretty hard. I was surprised. This is like cutting soap. So yeah, this is really soft, and this is pretty hard. So I'll take them over to the cabber, and we'll start cabbing them up, see what they look like. Okay, so I roughed the shape out. I shouldn't say I got the shape down to where I wanted it, and then I drilled a hole for the cord. And like I say, you can do several different types of thing, but you know, this one, you know, it's just whatever. So I'm just gonna throw a cord through it. Simplest thing. And of course, like I say, this, even though it's really super cool, ooh, I just see a fracture there, right? Do you see that fracture? So anyhow, so even being how cool this is the back side, remember? The front side is, yeah, no, I'm not gonna tip it over yet. I'll wait till it's finished. So I will take it down, and we will, and this, for people that are wondering what this line is here, this is kind of so you, when you're cutting your bezel on the top, you stop because you want a flat area, because that's going to be normally inside your silver surround. So this won't be, but I just did it anyhow. So geez, that fracture looks like it goes like straight across. Oh yeah, it does. There, you can see it. See that fracture going straight across there? Another one right there. This thing, oh yeah, and it chipped out up on here. So this thing may fall in two pieces when I start working on it. But either way, this is the bad side. I'll keep working on it and see what happens. Okay, so I finished that up. Put her on the cabber. Let's say this is the back side. And you can see that fracture, and that fracture does go completely through. It goes right to the other side, but here's what the other side looks like anyhow. So perhaps this will need a, see that fracture right there running across? So yeah, maybe this will need a backing at some time, because I'm sure the first time somebody dropped this or hit it hard enough, it just shattered in two pieces. Which is a bummer, because see that? Oh man. But yeah, that's a bummer, because this is a really cool looking piece. Something I can even like. But yeah, look at right there where that light is. You can see that fracture going right across there. Didn't fall apart, but it's trying. It's trying its hardest. So there you go. Galaxy rhyolite. Pretty cool stuff. Needs to be stabilized.